Hey there. Listen, you're not getting rid of me. I'm here all year long. And we're going to be painting together and getting things out of our heads, out of our hearts, and onto the page. And we use Canson XL Prang 16 because, it's pretty much easy for everyone. So if you're ready, I'm ready. Let's go ahead and go to the page and see what shows up today. And oh, look what we're doing. It was the last page yesterday, and we're going to see if you can use both sides of this paper and have results, because I don't know that I really want to start another book yet. Maybe we'll start another book on the 1st of February. Or maybe we'll start another book tomorrow based on how this goes today. Great to be here with you. Every day we show up for 15 to 20 minutes, maybe 22 minutes some days, to paint, to find out what's going to show up. And we're in our coloring book phase, and right now let's create something fun. Marks can be really fast on the page. You don't have to give it a lot of thought. And if you do give it a lot of thought, sometimes it's the overthinking that keeps you from having the success that you might have been looking for. So that's what we're doing for our bit today. Look at that. How fast was that? How fast did that happen? So let's just think about basics. If we're doing just a basic watercolor, and this isn't an instruction, but hey, if you wanted to get better at just the idea of doing watercolor, doing something like this every single day for 15 or 20 minutes, I'm telling you, you'll get better at watercolor. And I'm not a watercolor teacher. I'm not here to teach you anything about watercolor. I'm just here to have fun with you. We're here to play. It's Saturday, and we're here to play. I'm here for it. I am here for it. So they tell us that the furthest thing in the distance is supposed to be this purple color. So those mountains are the furthest in the distance. So we're going to make those purple or blue, right? That's what color they're supposed to be, purple or blue. Because when they're purple or blue, your eye goes, oh, look, they're the Smoky Mountains in the distance. So let's watch the color explode as we just move it around. Move it around. Move it around. All right, so this is the back side of our Canson XL. So if you are someone who might be on a budget and you don't want to have all of those books, look at this. It seems to be working pretty doggone well. Doing it on the back side. And remember, we're not putting these, into a gallery as works of art. We're just having fun and playing and seeing what shows up as we get creative and just, do our little coloring book thing that we've been doing. I've been doing. Maybe you're doing it along with me. I don't know. I just hope that you are engaging in an act of being creative, because I truly think that creativity is the thing that's going to heal the little kid in us. I think all of us are walking around with a lot of hurts from our inner child that we just sort of maybe haven't dealt with. And maybe 2025 is just to engage in that inner child play and to do a little healing. Because, I think when the kids get healed, it just changes things. It doesn't matter how old you get, even if you're 60. 80, 90, there's a little kid inside of you. There's that part of you that never stopped dreaming, never stopped being childlike. And now there's moments in our lives when that shows up. And I embrace that. I told you the other day, I was in the parking lot and I saw a curb and I had to jump up on it and, doing the things that you do on a curb and then jump off like a rock star that I did. Used to do when I was a kid, and I just had such a fun time doing that. There was so much pleasure and joy it brought. So I always say we need to play more as adults and not, we spend so much time adulting, doing all the responsible things. And I think if we just sometimes got into the state of play and just spent a little time there, we might find that some really awesome things happen. So I want to move these to the foreground. So we're going to move this color here, green, and I'm going to do green here. Oh, just fun. This is just fun, fun, fun on a Saturday. Hanging out, painting together, being creative. I'm a goof, I know. A total dork, and that's all right. I embrace that about me. I'm my own best friend. And you know what? We like hanging out together. What? Oh, you know what? Next week I found out, I think it's Thursday, is Lunar New Year. How exciting is that? And what sign are you? And how do you believe that that has potential? Did you see anything in that? I was looking at mine yesterday and my partner's, and we were laughing at how pretty spot on it was for us, both of us. And then, of course, laugh and say, but we don't believe in any of that because, science minds. But pretty funny, pretty funny. It was like so accurate about him. I was cracking up. And he's like, it was funny. You know how people, So we watched for the first time ever, and I could only do it for, I think, 15 minutes, and it was just too much for me. And I realized that's kind of why I don't watch it. I watched RuPaul's Drag Race season 17, and I literally watched it for 15 minutes last night, and they are talented beyond talented. I will give them that for all that they are capable of doing. But the whole chatter thing and the backstabbing and all of that over-the-top stuff, yeah, I'm not. I know people love it. That's why they watch all those drama reality shows, but I don't know. That's not my cup of tea. Not my cup of tea. And it's all right, there's something for everybody. Something for everybody. There's something for everyone. Yeah, I make up my stupid songs all the time. And I don't know where they come from, but they're just silly. Silly, silly, silly. All right, so that's interesting. This is just fun painting this little landscape here. It's going to be a little yellow in the background here. Making it really drippy and wet. See that? Do you see how drippy and wet the yellow is? Look, drippy and wet, drippy and wet. I'll let that settle in for a minute. And then we'll come down here and we'll add some of that color here, here, but here. So they say the secret to a good painting is incorporating the colors that you use in different spots throughout the painting, allegedly. Not sure that I'm going to have the same success here, but it's all right. Remember, we don't get attached to the outcome. We just enjoy the play. The play of doing and seeing what shows up. The play of doing and seeing what shows up. And if you ruin the painting, it's your painting to ruin. And how ugly can you make it? That's the next question. How ugly, if you feel that at any moment you've ruined whatever it is that you're working on, the next question is, how much more can I ruin it? Like, what's the next level of that? Because you know what's going to happen. In that frustration of having ruined it, another breakthrough will happen, and you'll have an awareness that you didn't have about how something works or how it gets put together. Just stuff happens. It's really, really weird, but you kind of have to lean into that willingness to do that if you're going to go there. So, ooh, that's a pretty brown. Okay. Super fun hanging out with you today. Working on the side B of the paper. Side B. Side B's working for me. Howdy doody. Diddly day. Look at this. I've got a pretty picture to share with you. I might need therapy. I'm not sure. So when I was a kid, I used to have, I can't tell you. One year I went out and bought myself a cassette recorder, one of those black ones that was square and it had the buttons, and you did it and you would put your cassette tapes in and you would record. Yeah. So I had that. And I would just make up stories with all of these voices and all of these characters that I would do. And they would be very elaborate and very involved. And I had all this creative stuff that I did as a kid. Because I spent a lot of time by myself. And so I had to be very creative in that sense. So I did all that stuff. And then one summer, I was sent away to camp. And when I came home, everything that I owned was gone. Everything. Boy, talk about letting go of attachment at a young age. Yeah, so my stepfather had decided that he was going to, with my lovely mother, come in and just eviscerate any existence of me. And then that next fall, I had a choice of going to boarding school either in New England to a military school, or I could go to a boarding school on the West Coast, which I was living on the West Coast, but I got to get a boarding school closer to home. So, yeah, that was an exciting adventure. So where was I going with that story? I don't even know where I was going with that story. Why did I bring that up? I don't know why I brought that up. Isn't that weird? Maybe this is therapy. I don't know. Why did I bring that story up? Goodness gracious, I have no idea. And I'm sorry if that triggered anyone, but you know what? Maybe the story was about not having attachment to things and learning not to have attachment at an early age. But it was also talking about the voices. That's what it was about. And all the crazy voices that I used to do. And how I had to say goodbye at that time to all of those characters and all those people I had created. I remember those little black composition books. I had composition books full of all of this whole world I had created with all of these people. It was pretty crazy. I was very creative as a child. And it was really weird that nobody in my circle appreciated my creativity. But it's okay. It's all right. It's all right. Nothing to worry about me. What is that song? I'm all right. I don't know that song. I'll put it down below. I'll find it, and then we'll sing it together next time. Or not. But you know what? I sure like hanging out with you. I sure like painting with you and seeing what shows up in our creative play. Oh, look, this is like we're making reverse mountains. Look, We're making blue mountains. It is the Smoky Mountains. Look at that. We made the Smoky Mountains. No, we're just making a blue sky shining at me. Nothing but blue skies from now on. Is that the song? I don't know. Do 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 do. Yes. Anyhow, embrace your weirdness if you're weird. Make up voices. It makes it more fun. Keep some thoughts on the inside, like the thoughts that you need to keep on the inside, on the inside. I have a friend, she has no filter. She's so funny. She's constantly like talking out loud what she's thinking. And I have to say, you know, people can hear you. Those are inside thoughts. And she looks at me, she's like, what? I'm like, you're talking to yourself. I can hear what you're saying. She's like, oh, I'm so bad at that. I'm like, yeah, that's pretty funny. It really cracks me up. I just think, where's the awareness? Where are you? Where are you? Oh. Anyhow, thanks for showing up on a Saturday. Saturday, fun day. I hope you do something exciting today. I hope you go out and celebrate your creativity some cool way and do something that makes you happy, whatever that might be. It was so cool hanging out with you today, doing the flip side edition of our painting, seeing what shows up. Oh, you know what we didn't do? We didn't finish this up here. That's what I was going to do. I was going to add some orange up there. I was going to add orange up on the hill. And then I was going to add a touch of green after that had a chance to dry a bit. I was going to just do a bit of that. Whoops, wait. That one there. That and that. Right? And just put a little bit of green. Put a little green up in there. Alrighty, that's enough. Enough play for today. Great hanging out with you. Great being creative with you. You be creative this weekend. Do something creative today. Do something different today. And, you know, I always say, hanging out with you is the best 15-20 minutes of my day. So thanks for making my day complete. Because I love showing up. I love showing up for you. I love us showing up together and seeing what we make. Ooh, there's like a little blobby thing there. Don't know what that is, but it's kind of cool. All right. This is me on the flip side, side B. Look, that was yesterday's. Look. That was yesterday's, and this is today's. So you can do both sides. I'm Samaj, and this is Creating with Samaj. Wherever you are, I trust you have the most amazing day. And until then...